Hi, I'm Mike Motteram, the account manager at Fortifi, and in this video I'm going to take you through setting up foundations within marketing. We use foundations as a way of grouping different publisher records together. They're just a way of setting up some global policies that apply to a subset of publishers. So to get started, within Fortifi, click on the Organisation Navigation menu in the top left and click on Organisation Settings, and from within here select Marketing. We can see that we've got foundations in the navigation list on our left here. So if we click here, we'll see our existing foundations. By default, there'll be a CPA foundation, a CPL foundation, an internal foundation. So this is a cost per acquisition, cost per lead, and internal. These are basically the default groups set up that we would expect you to start segmenting your publisher records out on. You might have a subset of publishers which work on a cost per acquisition basis. You might have a subset that work on cost per lead, and you might also have your internal publishing. This might be social media campaigns, it might even be Google pay-per-click. So you'll set those up under internal foundations, and that will give you a way of setting policies against those particular publishers. So we can click into any of these existing ones to view their current policies. And we can see currently there's no policy set up for this foundation. So I can set one up under commission. And we can say this is our cost per acquisition group foundation. So in this case, we'll leave the action as being acquisition. And we're just going to set a commission rate for this group of publishers. I'm going to set that to being 50 for all countries. And we can see that's updated now. So all countries will have a $50 commission rate for any publishers which are within this CPA foundation. You can also set up reversal policies, traffic blocks, etc. Within each foundation. And if I click on the publishers list, I can see any publishers which might currently be in this foundation. We can see I've got a couple of publishers here which are in the CPA foundation. And if I were to click on those now and go to policies, we'll have some publisher specific policies listed out here. Here's my couple of publisher specific policies, and if I switch this to combined, we can see any other policies being brought in. So we have one here from our global policies and one here from our CPA foundation policy. So of course, in addition to adding policies to existing foundations, you can create your own foundation in here. So I'm going to just create one. I'm just going to call that CPS. And this will be a commission based on the sale percentage of each acquisition that comes through. So rather than being paid a fixed fee for each acquisition, this will be for each acquisition, you'll get a percentage of the amount that they pay. So now that's created, I can go in and edit some policies for my new foundation. So I'll click into view policies and add a commission policy. We still want this to be on acquisitions, but in this case, the amount that we're going to give is going to be a percentage. So I'm going to apply that filter, and then in my all countries, I'm just going to write in that it will be 5% of every sale that is made. And we can see that policy is updated to be a 5% commission for all countries. I now need to assign a publisher to this CPS foundation. So if I go into my publishers records, I can select one of these publishers, like this top 10 network providers, go into settings, and within here, we can see that the foundation currently is set to CPA. I'm going to edit that and just change that to CPS. And on saving that, any policies in that CPS foundation will now apply to this publisher. So that's it. That's how to set up foundations, groups for your publishers. You can set up policies against those, and those will filter down to any publishers within those groups. This allows you to set up one set of policies at one stage and have those automatically applied to all publishers created within that foundation moving forward. And if you have any specific policies for those publishers, you can set them against those records individually.